Oh, you're going to be so sick of my face by the time this is over. Oh, well. Okay, so the moral of the story is that I now work at ATT. Well, it's AT because we don't have Tiki running right now. It's under refurbishment. But the point is, I listen to the same four different songs instrumentally that are 90 seconds long, that are from Aladdin, and I watch carpets go around in a circle every day of my existence for every shift in the costume that Chris was wearing, well, the female version of it, that night at the party. So it's like a giant ball of irony. My life is a giant contradiction. There's so many examples of it. It's tragic. It's tragic. But anyway, I love my job. I do. We'll get to that later. We're going to continue moving along. So, what happened next? So, Friday came, finished moving in. I had traditions. Friday was my traditions, which is a class where we walk around the Magic Kingdom and we get our name tags and our IDs that make us official Disney cast members. And it was very fun. It was my first time in the Utilidors, my first time backstage. You can see the lovely Fantasyland construction. Every day I drive by it as I go to work. So that's always fun because then I look at websites and they're like, oh, look what they're doing. And I'm like, haha, I see it every day. Aren't I cool? Which, duh, I am. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, so that day happened. And then the next day, I had my Once Upon a Time Is Now class with the lovely Joseph Mayett, who I knew from beforehand because a friend at home named Jason was his friend when he worked down here. So I knew Joseph. We had had lunch when I was here in May with my two best friends. And he was my facilitator. And we went all through Adventureland, Liberty Square, learned all kinds of tidbits, started to study where the ATMs are, where the payphone is, smoking area, restrooms, how to get here, how to get there, which, I mean, is old hat for me because, I mean, I've been coming here since I was 3 months old. I could navigate this place inside out and backwards while hanging from a post in a monkey suit. I don't know. Anything. You've got the point. So we did that. That was fun. And I met Miss Laura. Miss Laura, after my Once Upon a Time Is Now class, we did another tour of our specific area. We got our costumes. We had a more condensed tour group. It was fun. I got to meet, there was one kid, Chris, who was coming to my attraction with me. There was another kid named James and another girl named Megan, and they went to Jungle Cruise. And then I had another friend named David, who I'm still friends with on Facebook, and then a British kid named Chris, who I had a pleasure talking to because I love British accents. So they went to the Haunted Mansion. So we got to know some people from the attractions. It was fun. However, my next day of training was almost to the T exactly what was the day before, where we just toured around our attraction area, which is Adventureland Liberty Square. But we did it, I don't know, it was just our facilitator, who shall not be named, was not into it. He was not into sharing the magic or exploring or like teaching us new things. We sat in the Jungle Cruise break room for like 3 hours. It was tragic. It was a tragic day. All we did was ride the same two rides because we can't leave our area. So we went on like two rides over and over and over again. It was just bad. It was just bad. None of us were having fun. We were all just like dying to get out of here, and they made us wear these terrible costumes that unfortunately cast members do have to wear all the time. But they are not my favorite. They're dandy for what they are, but I do enjoy my costume much better, which don't take anything to offense, Disney. Just saying. But yeah, it was just a bad day. It just wasn't jiving with any of us. But the next day, I actually got to start training in my attraction. Some people had days off, but I actually got to start right away. I didn't get my first days off for like a week into being a cast member, which I enjoyed actually. Because the more I kept busy, the more I could focus on what I was doing here, meeting new people, going out, like it was nice to keep my mind off of things and not miss home and not miss my family because my family, my sister and my mom left the Saturday, which was the day before where I had my Once Upon a Time Is Now class. So like I was upset about that because this is the first time I'm here by myself. It's like a whole new experience. So I started at my attraction. I had a fantastic trainer. His name is Chris Collins. Love the guy. He is super funny and he knows everything. Like he book of knowledge. Like I sat there one day. We have 3 days of training and then we take an assessment and then we actually start work. So on the second day of training, I think we sat downstairs and I just like grilled him with questions for like 2 hours. Like I was just like anything I could think of, I was asking him. He knew the answers. He was so on it. Like I love Chris. I'm so glad he was my trainer. Can't thank him enough because I feel like I'm an awesome worker because of him. So if you're watching this, Chris, which I doubt you are, but thank you for being so good at your job. I appreciate it highly. We had a shadow trainer named Ashley. She was also awesome. Um, I love her. We had dandy conversations. But I learned how to work the ride. I learned the operating guide. I learned all Disney protocol. It was just, it was just fun. I mean, it was work, and it was annoying because we just were getting grilled. It's like studying for a test. We had 3 days of studying, then we actually had to do the test. So we had hands-on learning, and they would ask us same questions. Like, all right. But it was entertaining because it was our first time. We got to wear our name tags and be out with the guests for the first time. So that was really entertaining, and I really enjoyed it. And it was just fun. And I got to, it really helped because that training exercise, it really solidifies you in some relationships, which is really comforting because when you go into work and you don't know anyone and you don't know who to turn to and you're that new kid and you're nervous, like it's just so nice that like my first day he happened to be there like after my assessment, my actual first day on rotation. Chris happened to be working and I was like, thank you, Jesus, because if I mess up or like I don't know something or I can't think of something, I went right to him. I was like, Chris, I don't know what I'm doing. Help. And he was right there. It was awesome. Made my life. But so what happened? Assessment day. We had our assessment. My assessment taker was named Angela. Lovely lady. Very easy. I mean, I worked hard to know what I was doing. So I'm glad it was easy because if it wasn't easy, that would have been a problem. But written exam, and then we did some on the job stuff, and she just watched us work. It was fun. It was stressful. I was stressing out the 2 days because I had my first 2 days off between my last day of training and my assessment. So I worked for like a straight week and a half. Then I had 2 days off, and then I took my assessment, which is unnerving for a new person because you're just starting to get your bearings. And then I had 2 days off, and then it was like the big test. It was like the big kahuna. Excuse me. And that can drive a person crazy, which I was going crazy the night before. Ashley practically had to hit me. Like, it was ridiculous. That first week was stressful. I did all my, like, coming in, training, check-ins, and I worked 40 hours. It was intense. But it looks like I need another tape. See you in the next one.